Okay, so today I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about a few topics, a few interesting topics. Now, it's like getting real cold outside, and I feel like my face has been dry as ever. Sorry, y'all. I am looking for my lip gloss, something. Ooh, too much. Okay. What is up, Nina Nation? What is up, Nina Nation? Okay, y'all. So, today I wanted to talk to y'all about a few interesting topics, and we are just going to get straight into the video. So, today we are going to be talking about life after high school. Now, I know when I was in high school, I was like so ready to be done. Like I was so ready to be done with school. I was so ready to be done with high school because I just felt like at this point I'm kind of trying to figure out where my life is going. I really don't want to come to these classes that I don't really have that much interest in general. Like I think every high school kid probably felt that same way after a while. It's like, how much longer are we gonna do this? But when I tell you, if I can go back and redo high school again, I would, because I would have definitely made a couple of different decisions from then. So yeah. So if you just graduated high school, or if you are about to graduate high school, you need to watch this video. Nina Nation, let's go. So one, life after high school sucks. Like I will just say that off rip. Life after high school sucks. It's nothing like what they make it seem like. Oh, now you don't have to go to school. But now there's a long list of stuff that you are expected to do now that you're not in school. So, if you don't have a plan before graduation, then you're only going to be one of the three places: jail, death,
or living with your parents. It's really only out of those three options that you're really gonna have on the table if you don't have a plan before leaving high school.
I say jail because literally, like, if you don't have an immediate
relief plan as far as like where you're going to stay or what you're going to be doing, you might have to do certain things that will be
risky. You have to take risks, and sometimes those risks aren't always legal. That's pretty much what I'm going to say for that. And living with your parents is self-explanatory. Now, two, you have to get a job. You have to. Because how are you going to maintain yourself? Like, what else are you going to do? You have to get a job. But if all you have is a high school diploma, how far do you really think you can go? Like, you really have to ask yourself these questions. Like, these are questions that I didn't even think about myself coming out of high school. Like, what exactly are you doing here? Like, do you have a plan do you have something that you want to execute? Now, if it was up to me and I could rewind, I would do a whole bunch of stuff differently. Like, I would have just basically been more concerned about the next 10 years instead of like what was going on in front of me at the time. When you're just getting out of high school, you're not thinking about you're thinking about the next 10 years, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, because you're still kind of like in a kid mindset. You're not really thinking like logically unless you're put in positions where you have to figure something out, which a lot of people were and have been. So I'm not saying like this is what you should do, but I'm just speaking on the general idea of graduating high school and life after high school. Although you might have a high school diploma, how far can you take a high school diploma? You know what I mean? If you leave home, then you'll probably need a roommate. And if your roommate can't pay half of what they're supposed to pay, then what are you going to do? So these type of situations, these are examples of situations that you can potentially run into during your life after high school. And like, because you gotta really think about it, like, okay, yeah, you and your friend, y'all can both get apartments, but if something, you and your friend can both live in the same apartment, but if something ends up happening that month with your roommate and they can't pay the rent, then like, what are you going to do, really? You know, because at the end of the day, like in a roommate situation, you're kind of reliant on that other person to come through with the money. You know what I mean? Like,
you think you're grown when you come out of high school, but you're not grown. People who are grown are people who can afford their lifestyle. Now, this is something that I do agree with. Like, I really do agree with that. Like, come out of high school, when I tell you, I thought I was grown. Oh, I was like, where's my necklace? Coming out of high school, I thought I was grown. Like, I really thought I was grown. Now, don't get me wrong, I was very developed when I graduated, and I was very, like, ahead of the game with a lot of stuff as far as what I felt about myself, but was I really, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I thought I was grown at like 16, even at 18, I thought I was grown. And then I got to 21 and I realized like that wasn't grown. That's not, no. Drop in the comments if you can agree with me, like if you thought you was grown at one point, but then you realized like,
you know, I'm probably not. Just hold on a second. Just wait.
Yeah, no, that's like a very like valid point. A lot of people who graduate high school, like seniors, they really think they're grown, because I was definitely one of them. Okay, so basically I'm saying that like you have to choose a side, like whether you're grown or not. Like you can't claim that you're grown but you're still living with your parents. I'm grown and living with your, now don't get me wrong, living with your parents is not, I'm not talking down on that at all, because everybody's situation is different. You don't know what anybody's going through or what situations that happened in the past could have led down to, you don't know. But you know, you can't like claim that you're grown but you like live with your parents and like you still want to have fun. Like you have to separate the two. Like you gotta take care of your responsibilities first. So basically, I'm basically saying that a job and a career are two different things. So I just want people who watch my channel to like just be encouraged by the things that I say. Like, yes, having a job is absolutely fine, and if you have a job, you need to treat that job with care and value the fact that you do have a job and that you are able to pay your bills. But you have to understand that, I'm talking to like my people who are in my generation and the younger ones and the people who are about to graduate. A job is exactly what it sounds like. It's a job. Now, there's a difference between a job and a career, like I said. So you might want to go figure out what exactly you want to spend your time doing, because I know that almost everybody I know are not fond of their jobs, you know what I mean? But they'll sit there and talk to you about what they love to do all day. And if you can turn that into a career for yourself, then I think that will be beneficial for you. So basically, I'm gonna ask you, are you gonna sell weed for the rest of your life, or are you gonna go get an education? Now, we're gonna get into a whole different topic now. We're gonna talk about some music. So I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all like rap music now, or do y'all like old school rap music? What do you prefer to hear nowadays? Like, do you like to hear the new style rap, or do you like the old-fashioned boom bap type style rapping? I want to know. Drop it in the comments right now. As I'm speaking about it right now, drop it in the comments. Like Nina Nation, I'm stuck in the middle. I would say that I'm stuck in the middle. I respect a lot of the old hip hop a lot, but I do like a lot of the new music too. There's a difference. I've scratched on SP 1200 turntables. I've made beats from scratch. I've made beats from scratch with my father on numerous different occasions since I was a little girl. I've seen people work on drum machines, and I've seen people in my age range rock on the software aspect of making beats. The DAW, as it's called. I've been in New York Obviously, I've been around MCs and the boom bap type, and I've lived in Texas with the chopped and screwed rap. I know that West Coast used to come with these funk records, but nowadays everybody's using the 808 in every damn song. They're using the 808 drums in every song. No matter where you're from, it all sounds like southern strip club beats. My question is that a good or bad thing? Is it a good or bad thing? The internet says that Cardi B is worth $80 million, and we're not going to be all in my Bronx sister's pockets now, but I lived very close to her area of where she first started in the Bronx. She rapped like this.
For the hip hop from the block to the TikTok and the petite watch, quick drop.
She was nasty with it. She was, and I really like that song. That's probably like my favorite song from her still till this day. But she didn't really get the recognition until she started making songs like this.
Look at me, look at me. They ain't like me before, now they booking me. Look at me.
Now, is it because the country beats were better? I just wanted to get your opinions. Drill music came from Chicago, and then Jersey got crazy with it. Then New York went wild. If you listen to the older recordings, there is no drill or 808s coming from the East Coast. It wasn't that coming from the East or West Coast. Everywhere you go these days, they are saying that rap music is dead. Is it because it all sounds the same, or are people hating because the sound has changed? I really genuinely want to know your opinions on this in the comments, so please drop your opinions. Please drop your opinions on this in the comments, because I really want to know. Please drop your opinions in the comments, because I really want to know all of the answers to these questions. I am interested in hearing what a lot of you guys have to say. I feel like I have a lot of music heads who watch me on my channel also. So if you feel like I dropped any interesting advice, let me know in the comments. Feel free to share your story after high school. Feel free to share your story in general. If you have any music experience or any music stories, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you have any advice that you want to leave for somebody else to see on their own, drop it in the comments. This is a friendly channel. It is okay for you to share your opinion here. And if you made it this far in the video, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video, comment on this video. Hashtag Nina Nation everything. And I will see you in the next video.